Well, welcome to NASCAR America, alongside Jeff Burton, Dale Jarrett. I'm Steve Letarte. I'm a little out of sorts because there was so much going on yesterday in Kansas, and we have a ton to get to in a short hour here. But I think it has to start with the race winner, Denny Hamlin. DJ, how impressive was the win? Yeah, very impressive. I mean, we've been talking about Denny Hamlin being championship ready for a number of weeks, couple of months now, actually. I think that we've all seen this, kind of a change, a maturity in Denny Hamlin, the way he goes about things, his thought process. A lot better. When you have good race cars, it's easy to change your thought process. I realize that. But he seems to be doing all the right things and I think put himself out there now as that championship leader, if you will. But that yesterday was really, really impressive. From that second stage on, he was in control of this race.
Are you convinced? You ready? Ready to crown him as the favorite?
I was convinced that he was one of the favorites going into the playoffs, and then he got me a little nervous because it wasn't running like I thought he had been. Yesterday was a really, really good race. I mean, to get out there, have those cautions, still find a way to win the race. Denny Hamlin has completely 100% bought in to Chris Gabehart, his crew chief, and the program that they've built, 100%. And what he's focused on right now is doing his job. And I think you said it, Denny Hamlin, a mature Denny Hamlin, a guy that's comfortable with where he is, who he is right now. Yeah, Denny Hamlin is, I don't know if I can call him the favorite. You know what I mean? But in this year, I'm not even sure who the favorite is. He is certainly one of the guys I think can go to Miami and win a championship.
I think it's interesting. We're talking about everything about his talent, right? We know that he's talented. It was everything else. It was whatever the distractions were, whatever it was. A year ago, I would arguably make the conversation that I wasn't sure he'd be back at Joe Gibbs Racing in 2020 with the upcoming of the young talent. He comes out, new crew chief, Daytona 500, continues that success on. And then there's just something about him. I wasn't as concerned in the first round of the playoffs because I think he was, by design, just staying off the radar. He was off the radar at Talladega. As it gets closer to Miami, at the one racetrack that tests for Miami, he pops on the radar, he's win. So I have Denny as the favorite. But to Denny's unfortunate day, I couldn't follow it very well. So I didn't give him the accolades he deserved because there were so many other things going on. And really, it built up. We knew the cut race was going to be big. But, Jeff, did we have any idea what would happen during those late cautions?
No. And the thing we have learned this year is to never expect anything. You know, to expect the unexpected. Race is sitting there. Everything seems to be pretty orderly. We got a really good battle between Keselowski and Chase Elliott. Keselowski going to the back, and then, boom, this happens. BLANEY blows the right rear tire, debris on the apron. NASCAR throws a caution, and here we go.
And with 15 laps to go at this point in the situation, DJ, we have Chase Elliott kind of stuck. He had 6 seconds in front of him. He wasn't going to go anywhere. Brad Keselowski was a lap down, but some other guys were following to him. And at this point, it looked like Chase Elliott 2 points below, and he was kind of stuck before the yellow. The yellow changed everything, though.
Yeah, it changed everything, and it was a yellow that needed to be thrown. I know that people say, well, he's on the apron, the debris was down there. Well, people go down there, too, whenever you have to go in and out of the pits. But this was now a time for an adjustment because they didn't have this 9 car where they needed it. Get 4 tires on it, make some adjustments, and things looked up then.
I'll be honest. I said, man, this right here is going to really help the 2. He got back in the lead lap. Look at all the points advantage. I just couldn't believe that Brad Keselowski deserved to be a lap down, and then here we come. Chase Elliott on those brand new tires gets a little fortunate, makes some great passes, and is driving in a great race car. At this point, when he drives by the 18, I'm thinking, forget Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott's going to win the race.
Win, yeah, for sure.
And then, why not? Let's have another yellow, right? You got to have another yellow. And this was a big yellow. I'm not sure what broke on the 43, but we're talking tire, hub, axle, oil, brake rotor, parts everywhere. Another big yellow.
Yeah, this unfortunately for Bubba Wallace, you know, he just seems like that's what this year's been about, right? But it set this up. Joey Logano at this point, before this, fine, no problem. 12 points, cruising, simple. Keselowski -2, Chase +2. Remember I said in the booth, I said, this was the last thing Joey Logano wanted, man. He just wanted this thing just to end because he was in without any problem whatsoever at that point.
And we knew there was going to be tight racing. We've seen 2, 3, and 4 wide on every restart. The restart was going to be no different. At this point, though, the question I had was, could Chase Elliott win the race? Could he get the golden ticket? And I actually think he had a better chance to run before because at this point, the 2 Gibbs cars get by him on the bottom of the racetrack. And then, of course, why? Let's have one more accident. But the question was, that was the field coming off turn 4 to take the white flag. I want the fans to look. Watch this. That's at 180 miles an hour, 3/4 of a car length. Less than 1/10 of a second is the difference between this race being over and this race going to overtime.
And there were some comments on social media that the white flag was waving. That doesn't matter. The line is what matters. So the 11 car had not gotten to the line. It was just over a tenth of a second. Just over a tenth of a second. And if that caution comes out a tenth of a second later, a whole nother world in the playoff.
And DJ, now Brad Keselowski is only a point to the good. And I mentioned this on air. I didn't like where he was starting. On the inside, deep in the field, pinned against that bottom line. I was really worried. I didn't know if Chase Elliott could go win it or not, but I said I was concerned that Brad couldn't hold up in this final restart. Take us through it. I mean, what could he have done differently?
Well, it's easy to second guess. When you're sitting there, I think it may not have been explained to him that if he just kind of holds serve, he's going to be in unless the 9 goes and wins the race, which probably wasn't going to happen, ended up not happening. But you can see he got a push and thought his best opportunity was to try to get to the outside with his car the way it was handling. He never was able to get to that point. You see he has to check up right here because of Alex Bowman right in front of him. I don't know what he saw there, but that's where he lost all his time.
Yeah, he tried to go 3 wide, and I think ultimately he was trying to get in that outside lane. The problem with this package is when you go 3 wide, you can go forward or you can go a tremendous amount of the way back. And he just got aggressive, jumped on the outside of the 4, got aggressive. He felt like that was his best shot, and it just didn't work out for him. We've both been in that spot.
Yeah.
It's really easy on Monday to go back and watch the replay and say, oh, you should have just done this.
Yeah.
He did what he thought he needed to do, and then in that split second, I won't second guess him because those are impossible decisions to make. You don't know what's going to happen in front of you. You just have no way of knowing.
I won't second guess the restart, but I will second guess the day. This is the day that Brad Keselowski and Paul Wolfe could not have had. They came in 20 points above. They leave 3 points below. This is, in my mind, the biggest give up of points without an accident or an engine failure that we have ever seen. We've seen some 20-something point deficits been overcome, but that was because someone was in the garage, not by just outrunning on the racetrack. Chase Elliott did it. He did it all day. He did it on stages. He did it when it mattered. And we got a chance to listen to, unfortunately, Brad Keselowski, who missed the playoffs, but also Chase Elliott, who made it.
Just proud of the effort today. Just excited we get to fight another race and back up against the wall. To come out here and battle for a win. That's what you have to do when you're in the position that we were in. If you ever get to Homestead, you're going to have to fight for a win down there. So proud of the effort. Learned a lot, and to be able to come out here and, like I said, have to win, or in our minds have to win and come and fight for one and finish second, I think is a step in the right direction for us. So excited to move on.
Yeah, I just couldn't get nothing to go for me on the restart, inside lane restart, and didn't capitalize on it. I needed to get up, and I couldn't get up when I needed to get up, and all bad, and I didn't do a good enough job.
Guys, the restart was just a culmination of a day that 2 couldn't have. So I mentioned a minute ago, I'm going to go through these. Casey Kane came in a point above. He was eliminated. Kyle Busch, 26 points. He was eliminated back in 14. That was due to an accident. Another big one, Kyle Larson in 17, gave up 29 points, engine. So let's review. Over 20 points given up, purely in racing.
Yeah.
That was a crushing blow for the 2 car.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.